Today I will be showing you how to make this little bonnet, and it's freestanding. So if you want to make this exact one like I am, you will need about 29 yellow rubber bands, 24 pink, and 3 blue. So let's get started. You are going to need to set your loom in this configuration, and also you'll need about 3 rows of pegs here as a gap to add our hat inside. Let's do the top of our bonnet. 2 single rubber bands from the center diagonally to the second peg on the side, and repeat on the other side. And now let's take 2 single rubber bands from the side second to the third and repeat on the other side. And now for the center, we're going to take a single rubber band. We're going to double it and put it from the first center peg to the second, and we are going to repeat that from the second to the third. And now we are going to take our pink, or whatever color you want to use, 2 single rubber bands on the third to the fourth, and just across like that. Now we are going to take a single rubber band to cap these 3 pegs off, and this will also act as a connector rubber bands for our bonnet to attach to the brim. Let's go ahead and loop it once to create 2 loops on those 3 pegs. Put some holding rubber bands. We're going to take a single and just putting it across, putting pink for there to match, and then a single yellow across the top, so 2 holding rubber bands. And now we are ready to loop. Let's go ahead and go under those cap bands, the yellow ones, or our connector bands, grabbing the bottom 2 and looping it onto itself. And just go ahead and come up the side, looping it onto itself all the way to the top of our hat. Repeat on the other side, same process. To the top of our hat. Now I'm doing the center. Same thing, pull back any holding rubber bands and only grabbing the bottom 2 and looping it onto itself. Now let's take a single rubber band to do our slip knot. Put it on your hook and tie it off. Take it off of your loom and put it aside for later. There's the top of our bonnet. Let's make the front of our bonnet here, and we're going to use pink. You can use whatever color you want. Single pink, and we're coming down 4 times. So I'm taking a pink as the holding rubber band, or the connector rubber band, on these 3 pegs, and I'm going to loop it once to create 2 loops on those 3 pegs, and this will connect our brim together. Again, a single rubber band, looping it once, and at the very end here I'm going to loop it 3 times to make it a little tighter, because on my hat here it's slightly loose. So on the end peg there, you're capping it off, and it'll also be acting as the connector rubber band. So you're looping that 3 times. Let's go ahead and reach in, grabbing the bottom single, looping it onto itself. And there, we'll keep it there to add to our hat later. Let's go ahead and create the brim of our hat with a single rubber band. We are starting from the 2, 4, 6, 7th peg from the bottom, Let's go ahead and take that single from the center of 7th diagonally, and then we are coming down 1 single rubber bands, 2, 3, 4, and then after that we're going to come in diagonally to the center peg. So that's what it should look like. Now let's do the other side. We're just doing the diagonal pink, and then we are coming down yellow for the center of our hat, single rubber bands, and you can double these if you want your brim to be thicker, but I just want it to be slightly thinner. So I'm coming down with my yellow to there, and now I'm going to go ahead and come down the center of the front of my hat, my bonnet there, yellow. So single yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm connecting, going diagonally from here to here with my pink to create my brim, the outside pink, and then I'll do my last connector, yellow, down here. We're going to take a single and doubling it to create holding rubber bands for these 3 pegs here. So take your single, double it. I'm using yellow, you can use pink if you want. Single, double, single, double. We're going to take a single, put it from here to here to hold our hat together, from here to here to hold our hat together. And let's go ahead and add our hat, the top of our bonnet, to these 3 pegs here. And on the very bottom there should be those yellow rubber bands, and you're going to push the very tippy top in, and there should be 3 sets of 2 rubber bands to connect. So we're just going to connect it on those 3 pegs. So I connected 1 to here, 1 set to here, 1 set to here, and my last set will be from that peg to that peg. So I connect it from here to here, here to here, and there to there. And now we are going to take the brim, the front of our brim here, from our loom. So I'm holding it carefully, don't lose it. We're going to attach it, this one to here, and the rest on these front rows. So I'm taking it very carefully off my loom, and as you're taking it off, you can see where your connector bands are. Those 2. See, these are the connector bands, and we'll go ahead and loop it, and I'll show you real quick where you're going to loop it. So we're going to take it off the loom like that, and we see our connector bands. Go ahead and first, let's go ahead and attach the very top here to this peg where I was holding, and this is where the capping band is. So the first one, we're going to stretch it out. The first 2 connector bands, we're going to attach it on the 5th peg, like so, and we're just coming down our hat here. The next 2 on the 4th peg from the bottom, the next 2 on the 3rd, and then the last one that's on our hook, we're connecting it to the 2nd peg from the bottom. So that's what you should have, connecting it here, 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 and here. Now I'm taking a single rubber band to cap this end peg off here, and you can loop it twice to create 3 loops. And you can use any color you want. I'm choosing to do pink. Go under the cap band, grab the top single, and looping it onto itself. Go back in, grab the next top single, and mine's going to the left the last single. Mine's going to the right. Let's go ahead and reach in the front, the left side, reach in there under those rubber bands, grabbing the single yellow, the top yellow, and looping it up to the center. So you should grab that center rubber band to loop up to there, and let's go ahead and loop up the front of her bonnet here. Go all the way under, grab the bottom single, and looping it right up to this third peg. Go back in, grabbing the bottom single, looping it up, just continue up. And now continue up to this one peg here. And now let's go ahead and reach in this peg here, the 2, 4, 6 peg. We're going to grab the top single there and looping it in to create the holding or the teardrop to that peg here. Go ahead and go back down here, grabbing the center rubber bands and looping it up. Just grabbing the bottom single and looping it all the way up to this end peg there. And through the back rubber bands, grabbing the bottom single, looping it onto itself, creating teardrops. And this peg here is where we will put our slip knot rubber band. So everything should loop up to there. Take a single rubber band to create a slip knot. This should hold everything together. Let's take our bonnet off the loom. There's our bonnet. You can tuck the charm string in if you want, or if you want to leave it out, you can. The side ones also, you can tuck it in. But now I'm going to show you how to add this little flower or a bow, and you can make it whatever style you want. I just did a quick one here, and it's relatively easy. So what I did was I put my hook through the side rubber band there, put my hook through 2 single rubber bands, taking a single blue and pulling it through like that. Just real simple, nothing fancy. And I just took 2 single rubber bands, kind of bunched it, and then put my hook through the original 2 that I pulled through the hat, and just creating the slip knot and pulling it tight. That's how I made my little bow. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.